All right, folks, what is going on? Back with another video. This is VF Baller here on the VF Cast, and today we're going to be doing somewhat of a comparison video. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not the best at this, but I'm gonna do my best to give you the best information possible. Today we're doing a comparison video on the video quality of the Dreamcast. I just got finished purchasing this, and it finally came in the mail the last night. I got this, the HDMI adapter for the Sega Dreamcast, made by KCO or Kaico. I'm not good at pronouncing this name. I guess it's Kaico, and I want to see how well this does because I did a video on this a while back on my old channel, the First and Frame Rates channel, which was under Silent Gaming at the time. Um, I'm gonna put that link down in the description, or I'll put it up here at the top of the screen so you guys can check that out. I did a video comparing the pound cable to the other devices that I had. Now, in this video, I'm going to use the pound cable again to compare with this right here to let you guys see. So, I also use the OSSC, but I'm not going to use the OSSC this time because if you have an OSSC, you may or may not want to look into this type of video. Like I said, I'm going to use my pound cable. This is a Dreamcast pound cable, which for all intents and purposes is not the best. It's just my opinion. It's not the best. So that's the pound cable there. Also, I'm going to be using the same thing I used in the pound cable video, the VGA to HDMI converter. You can find both of these, this and the pound cable, for around $30 and maybe slightly more on Amazon. These are not really hard to find. This here gives a really good, much better quality than I thought it would. These little converters are really good. This one here, I've heard really good things about it. I heard that one does really good as well. So I want to put it out there and see how they compare against the other two. Like I said, I do have an OSSC. That's it right here. This is my OSSC. This thing here does phenomenal for retro consoles. I'm waiting for the OSSC Pro. Hopefully that comes out sooner rather than later because I like this, but I want the Pro version as well. And I know it's in the works. So can't wait to see how this plays out. And I'll give you my thoughts as I go along. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, before I get started, I'd be remiss if I did not open this thing up and show you guys what's in it. I do apologize for that. I'm such in a rush. Let's get into this. When you open this thing up, I think you can get this from around $30. It's not really expensive. It really isn't. I got it for $29.99. This is a pretty good package that it comes in. It gives you a little warranty. It gives you a quick start guide. I mean, why you would need this, I don't know. Quick start, just go in and plug it up, basically. It tells you that in the book. Just plug it up. This is the adapter right here. Plug this into the Dreamcast. Plug the HDMI cable right here. And you just plug this up into your device, capture card, or television. One thing that I do like as well, I noticed this. This thing has a really good high quality HDMI cable. Very high quality. When I opened this up earlier, because you know this is my second time opening it, this cable looks really good. It's nice, sturdy, thick cable, and it looks like it has some pretty good quality behind it. So I will be using this, and not only just for the Dreamcast, but for other stuff as well, because I like this cable. So, all right, now let's go ahead and get into the comparisons. All right, people, so we're going to try the pound cable first. I'm going to cut on the Dreamcast right here. You hear it beeping. I don't have the battery set up. You know, the battery thing. If you're a Dreamcast fan, you know anything about the battery. If the battery's not set, the Dreamcast will beep when it starts. So that it is what it is. So we're going to start with the pound cable, and we're going to look at the quality of it because I'm really interested to see how this compares to the Kaico Dreamcast AMD HDMI adapter, because I've been just trying to find a solution for the best way to play the Dreamcast HDMI without modding my console. So let's look into it. All right, so here's Dead or Alive 2. One of my favorite games I like to benchmark my Dreamcast off is based on video quality. So I'm going to hit the start button. Go ahead and go into the game. One thing I do notice about this HDMI cable, kind of like what I talked about before on my last video about HDMI cables. It doesn't show on the capture card or whatever. It may not even show on the screen, but on my screen, the video or the image is shifted to the right a little bit, and that's something that's been plaguing not only just the pound cable, but just Dreamcast HDMI cables for a long time. Even if you try to do, you know, any other form of trying to get the image on the screen, 480p, not just Dreamcast as well. If you try to do 480p with the Xbox and on some places, or PS2, it will shift the screen, so you will see that. Let's go into just sparring. There's one of the places I like to go just to see the image quality. And what I'll do, I won't really play the game or anything. I would just want to see what it looks like. Kazumi versus Ayana. Like I said, I think I used these two on my last video as well. So we're gonna see that. The first thing I noticed, like I said, the image is shifted to the right a little bit on my screen, but throughout the capture card and on the, you know, the software on the computer, you don't see it as much. It does have a slight shift that I'm seeing, but on my screen right here, you see the quality, and it doesn't look too bad overall. You see a little bit of jaggies or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this is what you get if you're going to use the pound cable. I think the pound cable is pretty cool for $30. It's not that bad. But I know the Dreamcast could look better. It just could look better. The pound cable is a very good cheap alternative. I don't necessarily, you know, I ain't gonna say I don't recommend it. I mean, if you want to get it, I think it's fine. The image quality is okay, but it could be better. I think it's like you can get these for like $30 or whatever the case may be. And like I said, if this is up your alley, this is what it is. But we're going to compare the rest of the games the rest of the cords with this. So we'll see how that goes. All right, folks. So we're now going to try the VGA to HDMI adapter or converter, the one I have, and already you can see that the image is a little bit wider. That's because the image is actually evened out properly now. You can see where both sides are even. The screen is not shifted this time. And well, I'm a big fan of the VGA through HDMI adapter. You get a really good, clean quality image, and you can even see how it works, because now you can see where my image on the screen is overlapping the dead or alive screen, and you can look and tell that it looks better already. It does. It looks really good. I'm gonna go in to the game, and we're just gonna go in. There we go, and we're gonna pick the same two people. We're gonna go through the sparring with Kazumi and Ayane. I can't say her name right. Please forgive me. But here we have now where you can see, in my opinion, it looks a little more cleaner. It does. The image is much more fuller. It doesn't seem shift to the left or to the right. And the color's a little bit more brighter. It's not as dark, in my opinion. And I really, I like the image. I do. It looks much better. I think these right here go for maybe anywhere between, probably about the same price. Maybe in between, $20 to $40. You could probably even cheaper. I bought mine a long time ago, and I have two of them because I have two Dreamcasts that I hooked up at from time to time. The only thing I don't like about this HDMI, the VGA to HDMI adapter, is you have to plug this up to another external source to work. So you have to plug it into a wall. You have to do whatever the case may be, and then see what happens when you do that. You have the image go in and out like that. So you have to be really mindful of this. I think the image looks pretty fine, but you're going to have those instances like if you don't, the fact that you have to plug it up, you can have a sync issue when you're using this. So that's one downfall. I'm glad that it showed it while I'm doing this. So it just shows you, like, if it's plugged in by power, you're going to have this issue. Now you will have a situation where that the image looks great. It does. You can see the image looks really good, but you're going to have a situation where not only that it may not show on your screen, it may show through the capture card and the capture card device, but it just may not show on the screen, and vice versa. So I think the image is better, but I don't use this just because of that, because it's plugged into the power supply. That's one thing I don't like about it. So we're going to go look at I think it's Kaico, or I'm going to look at that next, and we'll just finish and wrap this up. All right, so now we're going to be looking at the Kaico HDMI adapter. I think that's the way to say it. Kaico or Kaico. And here you already see that the screen looks really good. I mean, the picture quality looks excellent. The Dreamcast always gives out a pretty good quality, but when you're looking at the pound cable, when you're looking at the the VGA to HDMI adapter, when you're looking at this right here, this straight plug and play HDMI adapter, this looks like this is the best that you're going to get without modding your console. So I mean, like I said, the DC HDMI is out there, and you can use that if you want to really get into it. But for $30, this thing here does a really good job. Now, I will say these things aren't really readily available. You can find them on Amazon, but they sell out pretty quick. But if you look at the, so you may want to be mindful of trying to get this ASAP. I ended up buying one, and I got mine as soon as I saw it. It was like 2 left. And this thing right here shows off the best quality without modding your console, in my opinion. You could use the OSSC. I have an OSSC. My last video, I showed the OSSC settings, or not the settings, but I showed it on display against the other cables, like the pound cable and the VGA to HDMI was pretty cool. But if you have a OSSC, you're probably already not interested in this. Maybe you are, and if you are, this is, in my opinion, this is the way to go. The OSSC has a superior quality, and if you're in the budget for that, this may not be for you. But like I said, I think this is the best way to go, straight plug and play. One thing about the OSSC, it does do so much better when it comes to other consoles as well. That's one reason why I have it. But when you plug a VGA into that, even when you use a SCART cable, it's a lot going on just to get it hooked up and set up and looking, clean and neat. This right here is just straight plug and play. And compared to the other 2 images, like I said, I think this is easily the way to go. There's no flickering on the screen. You don't see none of that stuff. Everything on the screen is fine. That's one thing you have to worry about when you're dealing with VGA to HDMI adapter, because you have to plug it up. It could flicker during gameplay because of the power supply. Even if you do have the proper power and it doesn't flicker, that's one extra step you have to take just to get the quality. And for about the same amount of money, you can get this adapter for your HDMI needs and purposes for the Dreamcast. You get a pretty good quality. I like what I see here. This looks really good. I really like this. This looks very, very smooth. So when I be doing, captures or whatever, or when I be playing on stream, I will be using this adapter. I also have one for the original Xbox. If you've seen any of my streams over there, I use that. Now, mind you, I also use the M Classic, which I'm not going to get into that. That's another $100. Why would you do that? If you really want to get the M Classic for a smoother image, have at it. But this is just for people who are just trying to get in and just want to play straight up, and with the budget of around $30 to $50. This is the way to go. The pound cable is what it is. You saw what that does. Now you see what the VGA to HDMI adapter does, and very similar. This gives you a similar image with the KCO HDMI adapter. So hopefully you guys got good information out of this. I'm not the best at doing comparison videos. I just like to talk about other stuff while I'm streaming and doing videos. I hope this was informative. I hope this worked out for you guys. This is the best I can do. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys on the next one. You guys be easy. You guys take care. Peace. All right, guys, I wanted to do some still shots of this before I go, and I wanted to let you guys see what this look like in still form, because it's easy to look at it when it's moving, and but to get a really good glance of what this looks like, I wanted to put that out there. All right, the one on the top left is the pound cable. The one on the bottom that you see is the the VGA to HDMI adapter, and the one on the top is the Kaico adapter. And you can see the Casio to me looks much better. The colors are a little bit more defined. The other two look a little bit blurry and a little fleshed out a little bit. You actually can see how it runs, how it looks in still form. So I highly recommend the Casio adapter. I know I'm saying it wrong, but you guys know what it is. I will put all the information linked down in the description how to get one. Also, I guess I'll put the link down to all three of these if you choose whatever one you want to get. I'm not getting paid by any of this stuff. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to give you guys the information. And like I said, I think the KCO adapter is the one to go with, because it just looks better, as you can see on the screen. The top right, once again, is the KCO adapter. The one on the left is the pound cable. The one on the bottom is the VGA, the HDMI adapter. Hopefully you guys got some information out of this. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys on the next one. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.